So when we join a program, whether it's a fitness program, a personal development program, a Good Limited on a mindset program, whatever it is, a business program, we ourselves, the client, the student, are responsible for showing up, for being there, right? So if you miss one call, it's okay. They're recorded, right? Make it live when you can make it live. Watch the recordings when you can watch the recordings. Still show up. That's part of really being, and what we're going to talk about tonight is being honest with ourselves. Do we show up when we want to show up? Do we stay in integrity with ourselves? Yay, Lynn, I'm so glad you're here. So just a little reminder, when we do things in life, we need to take responsibility for ourselves. We're all grown women. Like, we can take responsibility for ourselves, and that shows character, and it shows, the way we show up in one thing is the way we normally show up in many things in life. So if you're very, very dedicated to the gym, or you're very dedicated to the things you invest in, or you're very dedicated to this, then you're most likely dedicated to most things. But if you slack in your relationships, or you slack in the things you sign up for, you most likely slack in all areas of your life. So it's just kind of like, and this is perfect timing to talk about this because it goes with tonight's theme, is how do you show up for yourself, and are you honest with yourself? So just a little beginning intro. So how does everyone feel if you are on, that is tough love, but so true. Yes, it is. So if you were on last night or watched the replay, some of you guys watched it this morning, or you haven't watched it yet, that's okay. How do you feel after even last night's call? I mean, women were like, I'm crying. Some of you are like, this is like, so much is happening, like all these things, right? So how do you feel now after last night, or depending when you watched it? A lot of emotions, a lot of breakthroughs, a lot of like, oh my gosh, a lot of wake up calls. So how are you feeling right now? It's the next day. Motivated, feeling good. I watched it again on my way home. I feel relieved and motivated, encouraged and supported. I'm so ready for change, empowered, ready to kick ass, excited and motivated to move forward. So pumped. Yes, I love it. So sometimes, even though it could have been emotional, for a lot of you, it was emotional, right? You have a day, you slept, you had a day, or you had some time to kind of reevaluate and step back and be like, I'm ready for this. Bring it on, right? So tonight, it was really emotional, but it feels good. Yes. So today, we're going to talk about honesty. What does it mean to be honest with yourself? What does it mean to be honest with yourself? Because everything we do in life is really a reflection of our relationship with ourselves. So when we're honest with ourselves, when we're honest about, okay, did I make a mistake, or did I do really good, or am I, not showing up the way I want to show up? Like, what does that mean in your life? Are you honest with yourself? Or when things don't go very well, do you maybe hide the things that don't go well and ignore it because you don't want to face it? You don't face the bad things, the times that you didn't show up for yourself. So what does it mean to be honest with yourself? Is it hard to be honest with yourself? Is it hard to admit when you make a mistake, when you don't show up the best? Is it hard to admit when things aren't going well? Right? Is that hard for you, or is honesty just something that is, and you could think about and just accept? So right now, take some time and write in the comments, what are you honest with yourself? That's the question. Are you honest with yourself? Or do you hide from being honest with yourself because maybe it's a little tough? Honesty is something that is, for me, it's the highest good, both in relationship with myself and others. Yes. So last night we talked a lot in the last training about what we want, who we are, and where we want to be. And a lot of times, to get to where we want to be, we don't get there because we're not honest with ourselves. I'm working with being more honest with myself. Yes, so difficult, especially when it's about me. Like, I feel like I'm honest with others, but when it comes to me, I don't like the truth sometimes. I'm not always honest with myself, but I know I need to be better. Being honest sometimes means you're admitting that you have to work to do. It's easy for me to be honest with others, but definitely not with myself. If things are bad, I tend to pretend to ignore it. Yeah. I feel like I'm good about calling myself out, especially when you say it out loud to yourself, how you're feeling. Do you sound silly? Have most of the time? Yes. Trying to be, but sometimes realizing it and still not making changes. I value honesty with others, but I often find it hard to be honest within myself and my reality. I think for certain things, I may not be honest with myself and make up excuses. I am not honest with myself. I go both ways. I don't hold myself accountable for some of the things I do, and sometimes can be crazy hard on myself. Yes, it's something I've always been working on, but I'm definitely becoming more so in the past couple of months. I agree with Courtney. It's harder to be honest with yourself. It is. It is. So this is why coaching is so powerful, and why having a coach or a mentor is so powerful, because they can see you and be like, listen, are you being honest with yourself? Oh, oops, no, and you can fix it. Because we sometimes don't want to, like you guys were saying, we don't want to be honest with ourselves because maybe it's hard to face the facts that don't feel so good. So sometimes this is why I have a mentor and I help with in coaching groups like this or one-on-one. It's like we only see what we see, and then to have someone see something from the outside opens up a whole new space. This is why this kind of coaching, this kind of work is so powerful, because it allows you to see yourself from someone else's perspective, and that's when you grow. But I believe that we should always work on being more self-aware, more honest with ourselves, because when we're not honest with ourselves, we don't allow ourselves to grow. So a lot of you are saying that it's hard to say when we made a mistake. It's hard to say I didn't show up the best I could have. It's hard to say that I didn't try, because we don't want to feel bad about ourselves. But what if we didn't attach an emotion to it? What if we just said, okay, I didn't show up the way I wanted to, and that's just that. It doesn't make me a bad person. It doesn't mean I suck or I fail. It just is. And how can I improve on it? We hide ourselves from being honest with ourselves because we attach an emotion to it. So what if we remove that emotion and it was just neutral and it was just facts, right? What if this week was a really good week? Yes, I did all the things worked. Or what if you look back and this week really sucked? I didn't get out of my bed when I set my alarm. I didn't go to the gym. I didn't do all the things on my list. Yeah, I sucked this week, and it just is. It doesn't make you a bad person. It just is. So how can we improve? We improve by knowing what we did wrong and then learning how to step forward. That's my working point. I'm mostly honest with myself, but that makes me very judgmental and harsh on myself. So neutralizing it would benefit me. Yeah. So just don't attach an emotion to it. And going off of the example I was using last night of like, when we get really emotional, like, oh my God, I gained weight. And then, oh my God, I suck. And like, oh, my life sucks. We get all emotional. What if gaining weight, for an example, wasn't an emotional thing? It was just fact. Like, yes, the scale said I gained 10 pounds. True that. Like, imagine if you could just have that reaction to anything, just very, very neutralizing it and looking at it from a very rational point of view, because then we can make change, right? So it's having this conversation with many clients. It seems to be a theme that's going on. We attach emotion to success, to failure, to going through transformations or transitions in life. We attach emotion to it. Oh, I'm going through a transformation right now, or transition, and things are up and down and it's scary and I'm scared. And what if I fail, or what if I'm not good enough? But what does being not good enough even mean, right? It's attaching that emotion to it, or to people, my weakness. You just described me and my job search. Wow. Yeah. What if it just is? What if you just don't get the job and it doesn't mean anything bad about you? It just is. And it just is what it is, right? What if we just took the emotion out of it? It's all part of getting more real with yourself, right? So part of being real and honest with yourself is, well, if things weren't so good right now, things aren't good, then you lack confidence, right? So when things are good, you feel confident, right? But right? So when things are working in your life and you're doing all the things, you feel confident, you feel happy, you're in a better mood. And we aim to feel confident because it feels good to feel confident and to feel happy. So what if you could do things to create confidence, to create happiness, and to create, oh yes, this is working for me? And what if you have no evidence in your life that something can work out because you've never done it before? What if you believed so much in your heart and soul that it would just happen no matter what? That's faith, and that's having confidence that it will work out no matter what. Abby says, one time in an audition for a theater college, they said they may cut off your monologue, but it's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. It's just it's just a thing. Just describe me in my current situation about whether to go in on my own biz, help my coach's biz, but I know I want to get out of my current situation of my job. Well, I never thought about not attaching emotion to everything. Yes. So we just naturally want to attach emotion to everything. Like, oh, I'm successful because I did X, Y, Z, and therefore I'm good, and therefore it's good. And then, oh, this week sucked and it was bad and the things didn't happen and I feel bad about myself, and you go down this rabbit hole of emotions. What if it just is? That's what I'm trying to get at. Looking at things and being honest with yourself isn't a bad thing. It's a good thing, even if it's not the perfect answer. So it's, again, I talk about this in my CC Fitness when I do mindset in there, it's that balance of self-reflection of, am I showing up for myself or am I being lazy? So when you look at yourself, like, take yourself and look at yourself, like looking in the mirror and saying, okay, am I showing up the way I want to show up this week? Am I doing the things I want to do? No, I'm not. Doesn't make me a bad person, but it does tell me that maybe I need to make some changes. Maybe I need to work a little bit harder. Maybe I need to actually do the things I want to do. As much as it is about mindset, it is about taking action. So let's take it a step further. Let's get honest with ourselves. What right now in your life is working? What is working? What is good in your life right now? Like what are you rocking? Is it the gym? Is it your business? Is it your work? Is it your relationships? Like right now, be honest. What is really good in your life? When I ask you that question, what is working? What comes to mind? My mindset is shifting. That is amazing. Courtney says her relationship, another relationship, and actually the gym. Yay, Hannah. Coaching with you, looking at my job as just a job, not my life. I wonder, everyone's relationship is rocking right now. This is good. My workouts, I've been held back by my health issues, but I am consistently moving in a way that my body allows myself. That's amazing. Fitness and relationship. Work is great. Relationship is awesome. Getting married in 2 months. Oh my gosh. Keeping up with my schoolwork and my relationship, my job, my relationship, the gym and competing, making my coach realize I can be of value to her business. This coaching, amazing. Relationship with my spouse, everyone's relationship is on point right now, apparently. The gym is good. School is good too. Everything else is a mess, Sarah says. Not stressing over fitness like I used to, and not just doing just doing what's best for my body, listening to my body. So amazing things are working right now. Want to be better in my honesty and showing up for myself in my relationship and taking action on all the things. Sarah, same. Make me happy and detaching emotion. Yes. So you're being honest with yourself of what's working right now. Now, what's not working in your life? What could you be doing better at? Erica says, my health is good. I've been eating very well, losing weight without even trying, and my mental health is at bay. Okay, so what's not working right now? What could be better? Be real. What could be better? I should be applying myself more at work and my fiance and I need to work on our relationship. My attitude towards my job at times and the way I talk to myself, my relationship, my job situation, taking action. Taking care of myself, taking action towards my goals, been slacking on nutrition. My real estate business is stagnant. I want to get out and start auditioning again. My fitness. I also slacking on going to the gym and eating. So anyone who's saying gym things right now, you do know you can sign up for Courageously Confident and save $555. I'm just putting that out there. Anyone who's not in it, I'm just saying. Using my free time to be productive, my fitness, my side biz, social life. I moved here last June and I still don't go and try new things. Mindset, taking steps to find a new job. Already in CC. I know so many of you, everyone's like, already signed up. I know. A lot of you aren't though, and a lot of you have been creeping it, and now's the day to save $555. I'm just saying. So, how long have the things that aren't going well, how long have you been letting them not change? Because we tend to realize this isn't working and I don't want to fix it and I don't want to face it, and it's going to be hard to move it or change it or shift it. So I'm just not even going to face it. I'm going to ignore that it's even happening. I'm going to pretend that only the good things are happening, and all the bad things that are happening, I'm just going to avoid. Too damn long. 3 years, months, 6 months plus to 1 year, way too long. Yes, just almost a year. My side biz more than the rest, too long. Be more committed to follow up to my fitness. Yes. Ladies who aren't in CC, don't pass on that deal with the face. So, wow, we've been letting things that aren't going so well, and you're aware that they've been going not so well for years, months. Why do we allow ourselves to not fix things that we need fixing for such a long time? Fear. Fear of the consequences, just plain lazy. We get comfortable, yes, not making it a priority, not sure how. Don't know how. Time management. I put myself before being lazy. Lazy, a lot of lazy fear. It won't turn out the way I planned. It's easier to stay in the comfy place. So fear and laziness seem to be, and time management, yes. Fear and laziness. So here's the thing. I believe that certain types of people are more motivated than others. I believe that. I believe that there's a motivation. Some people are just motivated to make it happen no matter what. And some people, it takes more work to get things done. And then it turns into fear and laziness. And that's when we go back to discipline. So all the things that you listed that aren't going so well in your life right now, do you want to fix? Yes or no? Do you want to fix them? Do you want to make them better? Yes, 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 yes. Hell yes, absolutely. So are you going to let fear stop you? Are you going to let laziness stop you? Are you going to let fear of not being good enough stop you from fixing these amazing things that you want to fix in your life? Some of you want to fix relationships. Some of you want to change your job. Some of you want to, create the life of your dreams, but you're going to say, oh, I'm not going to do it because I'm afraid, or I'm too comfortable now. So you're going to stay comfortable the rest of your life and never change. Is that what you want? With my relationship, now is the time it has to change. Yeah. Heck no, gonna get uncomfortable. Yes. Laziness or using it as an excuse of fear, but I think it also goes back to what I really want. Yes. I wish I could say no, I won't be held back anymore, but in the topic of being honest, not sure if I will tackle it yet. I'm so uncomfortable. I'm so uncomfortable. Annie, I'm learning how to do what I want. What I want now. Yes. I'm determined to find a way to get where I want to be. I refuse to stay stagnant. I don't know where to start sometimes. Sometimes you just need to start. Because I don't even know what specific thing it is that you want to start at, but sometimes we just need to start. We just need to do one thing to start it. Yeah, just do it. I think I overcomplicate things and then not start it. We definitely do. We definitely do. So I believe that, I just need to mute someone. Who can agree that we focus a lot of time on the things that are good and we ignore working on and making space for the things that aren't so good? The things that are good are easy. That's okay. If you're late, you're here, that's amazing. We spend a lot of time focusing on the things that are easy. Almost too much time because it's easy. We don't need to spend all the time on it. So what if we opened up space and gave ourselves more time to improve on the things we want to improve on? What if instead ignoring the things that are challenging, we opened up space to create opportunity and success and confidence and evolve in the things, right? Of course, it's going to be hard to work on fixing a relationship. Of course, it's going to be hard to start a new habit. Of course, it's going to be hard to do something that you neglected for years or 6 months or, whatever it is. Of course, it's going to be hard. But what if you just decided to create more space to work on it? Is that a possibility? We all want the things that we want for a reason, for a deeper reason. And the things that aren't good, it's okay. And we can fix it. It's just about deciding to open up more space for it, to allow yourself to learn and to grow and to be aware. Who here, if it was easy, everyone would be living their dream life? Yes, that's true. It's not easy. Who here has 0 time in the day to work on improving themselves? Not me. I know, right? I didn't get any, I have 0 time. I improve myself every day. It's just like a workout. You got the time. You got time, girl. That's where there's a will, crickets. I have too much time. There's no excuse. I don't believe there's an excuse to not make time for what we truly want. I definitely have enough time, but I waste it on bullshit. You and your Netflix binge. We waste too much time because we procrastinate facing the things we want to avoid. So when things are tough, we don't want to face it. So we'd rather ignore that it's happening and go watch Netflix for 7 hours. Or we'd rather scroll through Facebook and scroll through Instagram and look at everyone else's amazing life and not work on ours. Amazing life on social media. We are wasting a lot of time consuming, comparing, overthinking, judging ourselves, and not doing. How many of you here have waited 6 months, weeks, years to actually invest in something and do something that you've always wanted to do? Yep. And then we do it and we're like, oh, if only I started earlier, right? If only I started a year ago, if only I signed up for CC when it was $300. How many times I've heard that? If only I did that when I first wanted to do it. And now I'm right. I creeped you for months before joining. I'm so glad I did. See, I hear this with every new client. I hear this every time in every single program. Oh my gosh, I've been creeping you. Today I got a message from someone. I don't even know. They've been real creeping me because I've never even seen their name come up in any social media. They go, I've been following you for like months and I just finally decided to reach out and I would like to work with you one-on-one. Who are you? If only I reached out to you 6 months ago. Erica's an exception. She bought her summit ticket and then joined this right away. And I was like, oh, that never happens. Usually it takes 6 months for people to warm up. But the point is, we wait so long and then it takes does it really need to take 6 months to gain the courage to do something you've always wanted to do? Does it really take a year to decide, oh, I should do this? No, you know in that moment if you truly want to do it or not. But we overthink and fear sets in, right? So this right now is just awareness. You all said, yeah, I wait a long time to do things you want to do. So the next time something really good comes up and you feel that intuition, like, yes, I should do it, then maybe you'll actually do it and not put things off. I've been following you for years, but it only took me a few days to sign up for CC. I don't know. It took me so long to realize you had a fitness program. That's funny, Amelia. Right? So create more space for opportunity to work on things that aren't going well in your life. That's the first step to tackling the things that aren't going well in your life, the things that you listed that aren't going well. Because you're all aware of it, but we all just hide it. And then we get really good at hiding it. We get really good at being comfortable. And then we get really good at not changing, although we want to change. So do you see, and I'll probably say this every training, every call, we hold ourselves back. We're the ones who get to decide when we do things or when we don't do things, or how long we procrastinate, or how long we avoid how we feel. We are the ones. And then we're the ones 6 months later saying, oh, I wish I did it. So how many times does that have to happen for us to realize maybe now is the time? Maybe I'm overthinking. Maybe I'm procrastinating. Maybe it's going to be hard. Maybe it's new. Maybe it's challenging, but I want to do it because the end result is going to be worth it. Right? The end result will always be worth the tough times we go through. Always, always, always. There's like this misconception or this theme in today's society that things just need to be easy and handed to us and no one wants to work or feel uncomfortable. And it blows my mind. It blows my mind because no one has it easy. No one's lucky or gifted. They just do things even though it's scary and uncomfortable. Of course, it's easier to be lazy. It's easier to not. It's easier to whatever. Of course. But the things that are worth it and the things that really matter to us the most are going to be scary and are going to need work and are going to need time and are going to need all the things. And it all comes back to that deeper reasoning, that deeper connection with yourself and what you truly want. So, carrying on with more questions to get you guys to reflect on being real with yourself. So, do you feel like on a regular basis in your daily life that you are intentional with the things you do, or do you think that you're on autopilot a lot? Like just going through I gotta know right away. Jesse's like, no. Are you intentional or are you just going through the motions? Autopilot, like doing the things without thinking, without intention behind it. Mostly autopilot, autopilot, autopilot. What if you started to be more intentional with the way you do things? So even tomorrow when you wake up, stop for a second and notice, how do I feel? How do I feel? Oh, I'm tired. Oh, I would normally eat this for breakfast. Today I'm going to have something else because actually I really want something different for breakfast. Or, oh, I'm not even hungry right now. I don't even need to eat breakfast. I'm going to wait till 10:30 and eat. Or normally I would go to the gym right now and I don't want to go to the gym right now, so I'm going to go to the gym later. Or, I feel really good and I'm up at 5. I'm going to hit the gym. Like, what if you actually listened to yourself and did things with intention, not autopilot? I bet you would feel a lot better. You would make a lot of more choices that felt good. And you would actually notice how you feel physically and emotionally and mentally and all the ways. And you would start making choices and decisions based off of how do I feel, not just going through the motions and the habits that you've created over the years. You might actually notice, oh, I don't like doing this. I'm going to stop doing this. Oh, I don't like going to yoga class anymore. I'm going to stop. I'm going to try kickbox. Like, you know what I mean? Those small things in your life that you think you need to do because you've created a habit, maybe it's time to change. And maybe that's where you create space to recognize and get honest with yourself that new things aren't as hard to create in your life. What are things right now that you do on autopilot that's actually a waste of your time that you don't even need to do? Oh, wake up, grab the phone, scroll through Instagram. Do you need to do that? I wake up and turn on the news. Scroll through my phone every morning. Maybe you saved it and scrolled through your phone later. In the morning you did something new. Try it. So many things are autopilot, I'm not even sure. Lots of wasted time on my phone. Check my phone way too often. And when I get home, when I go to bed, lots of wasted time on my phone. Scroll through Instagram mindlessly. So there's nothing wrong. Like, hello, I'm on social media. I'd love for you to look at my things. But there's a difference between mindlessly just going like this. You could be like talking to someone and just the act of scrolling is now addicting to humans. Like, we're addicted to just going like this. Do you ever look at people's Instagram stories and not even look at them? You just tap? Who does that? I do it sometimes. But there's a difference between actually looking at things and reading things that are on social media and a difference between just mindlessly like reading it but not even understanding or absorbing it. Spend too much time on my phone or watching the news. So I love that the social media was the main one that came up as on autopilot. So notice the things that you do on autopilot that you don't even need to be doing, or you could be doing at a different time. And then notice that if you can create more space in that time for things that might be better for you, the things that you've been avoiding to do. My ex-boyfriend used to do that with Snapchat. He would watch everyone's stories but click through them so fast that he wouldn't even be watching. So what is the point of even doing that? It's just like a weird habit of gratification that we think, oh, I'm connecting right now, but you're not even connecting with people, right? So being aware, Sarah's like, LOL. Being aware of what you do that just doesn't even make sense and make more space for the things that you can work on. So is there anything else besides social media that you feel like is autopilot or things you do out of habit? Or do you think that maybe you've even got into a habit of certain things in your life right now, like a certain routine that doesn't need to be, but you think it needs to be? Maybe you need to change things in your life to spice things up a little bit. Maybe your daily routine, it feels good, but maybe it wouldn't hurt you if you could change things. Change is growth, right? Switch things up, put yourself in a new environment. Watch TV to relax, maybe I could switch it up. I need more me time to clear my mind and let go of quick meals, order food to be delivered because I'm too busy, although the store is open till 10, so I can easily pick something nutritious. I snooze every weekday because it become a habit. My hours at work, I've worked 6 to 3 for so long. Not sure where it falls, but working and eating mindlessly. Yes, I snooze every single day. Oh yeah, snoozing. I just started restorative yoga and I love it. That's amazing. Glad it's not just me. So I don't ever set an alarm. I never have the opportunity to hit snooze. And it's not because I don't have to drive to a job. I have to get to be at places at certain times and do things at a certain time. But I don't ever have to hit snooze because I don't give myself the opportunity to hit snooze. I wake up and jump out of bed because I'm excited for what's happening that day. Could that happen for your life? Does that ever happen for you? And that's what's different. I want to get to that life. Trying to change my current routine and schedule to align with my values, such as going to bed earlier and waking up earlier to get my workout done before work. Yes. So what in your life, this is being honest with yourself, what in your life makes you not want to get out of bed? My job. I want to have a job where I'm excited to get to work. I know a lot of people think it's out of realm or reality, but you can create that. I hate my job, but interviewing new places. School keeps me up at night, stress of the job. I set an alarm most of the time. I can get up on time. I know I need to change the time of going to bed again. I like the work I do, but it doesn't excite me. Yep. Too early. I'm not a morning person. Would rather have a job where I work later. The uncertainty of the day ahead. I also have a habit of staying up late and not getting enough sleep. Okay, so that's a prime example. You know that you stay up too late and you don't get enough sleep. So maybe you can change that. I want to do something to help other women. So everyone's staying up too late, and I know Charlotte's like, what time is it there? It's like, it's time for bed. This is a good excuse to stay up late. But if we know that something isn't working in our lives, we all know it, and we know it's not working for us, then why don't we change it? Why don't you change it? I'm just wondering. Working on it, babe. Okay. Change is hard. Yeah. Yeah, it is. Too burnt out. I don't know where to start because I want to get so much done. It's easy to have an excuse. Too little sleep here because I want to have some free time after work, but I need that sleep. I haven't woken up fully rested for months. Not sure how to change it, but we'll be reflecting on it. Good. I always think like when this part of life is over, it will be better. Imagine thinking that waiting for this part of life to be over, and then all of a sudden you're in your next part of life and you're waiting for that part of your life to be over and into the next part of your life. Remember when you were a teenager and you're like, I can't wait until I'm in my 20s. And now you're in your 20s and you're like, oh my God, I can't wait until I'm like 37. Your life is now. That's what I do still. Your life is now. Now is the time to create change in your life because you don't know what the future is going to hold. So let's work on now. Yes, it's just waiting or thinking that I can't do it now. It's not a good time. There's never a right time. We all waited for the right time. We would all still be waiting forever. So much reflection and honesty and self-awareness happening right now. For falling asleep, ladies, I started using CBD. So CBD oil, yes. Getting into a habit. Okay. So when things, this is all about taking ownership now. So when things aren't going well in your life, like the things you listed, do you take responsibility for it, or do you tend to blame other circumstances or other people, or blame the universe, or think I wasn't blessed, or I was blah, blah, blah. Do you make excuses, or do you take ownership? Blame right away. I blame anything other than myself. Wow. Blame, 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 blame. Both? Blame myself. You blame yourself. So what if it's not about blaming something else? What if it's not even blaming yourself? What if it just is, and say you have the power to change it? Looking at it in a positive way, like, this isn't working well. Oops, yeah. Again, no emotion, not blaming yourself and being hard on yourself, but just saying, I have control and I can change this. Take ownership of what's not working well and use it as fuel to make it work well. Both. I've been trying to be more honest with myself of wasting time. Absolutely. And that's what this is about, is knowing, oh, I waste time, for example, and I'm going to understand that I waste time, and I'm going to be more intentional and realize and recognize when I'm wasting time. And therefore, when I'm wasting time, I'm going to pull myself out and go do something more productive or whatever I should be doing. Right? So what happens a lot of the time is when something bad happens or when things aren't going well, we tend to blame everything else. We go into victim mode instead of taking ownership of the situation and realizing that we can change any situation. We can change our mindset on any situation. We can act differently at any situation and change the circumstances of what is happening. But it's easier to blame anyone else or anything else or play victim mode because, hey, makes us feel better. We don't have to put blame on ourselves. But some of you do blame yourself. So it's not about blaming yourself. It's just about recognizing and giving you the empowerment to change. When it comes from an empowered place, that's a positive thing. Reflecting is so good, even if it's, oh, I'm not doing well right now. Okay, I'm going to fix it. Looking at it in that perspective, not saying, oh, I'm not doing well. I suck. I'm not good enough. It's, how can I fix it? That's why being honest with yourself is so good and so important. It creates the opportunity for growth, to improve. So in your life right now, like we just reflected on this call and you're going to reflect more. Reflecting honestly in a calm way can be so tough. Yeah, it can. So things that you can do to implement into your life is to recognize and take time and acknowledge both the good and bad in your life. Every single day, take 5 minutes, 10 minutes, every night, every morning. Ask yourself things like, what went well today? What could have went better? What went right? What went wrong? Be honest with yourself, but not judgmental or critical. Just being real. The goal isn't to knock yourself down and be like, oh, I suck, and hurt your self-esteem, but it's just take the information and use it to improve and to grow. Reflection, self-reflection is literally the key to improving as a person and learning and problem solving. So when we give ourselves actual time, instead of avoiding it, to analyze, okay, what went good, what didn't go so well, and reevaluate, you're walking away with knowledge and answers of how to improve. So for example, in my business, what worked, what didn't work, what am I going to do better next time? What worked, what didn't work, what am I going to do better next time? You can use that in a daily basis in your own life. In a new fitness plan, in a fitness journey, okay, what worked, what didn't work, okay, where can I improve? You can apply it to anything in life. What went well, do more of the things that went well. What didn't work, okay, how can I fix what didn't work? Reflecting. And admitting to yourself when you made a mistake, right? So it can be hard. One of the most painful things is to admit that, oops, I made a mistake. But we want to protect ourselves. That's when the ego comes in by coming up with excuses or blaming others for our problems. But true self-esteem can only be found when we're comfortable and honest about our mistakes. True self-esteem only happens when we are honest with our mistakes. It's very, very powerful for anyone or a woman or anyone to say, I take ownership of this mistake and I'm going to own it. And this is what I did and I'm going to fix it. Isn't that empowering when you hear someone say, I made a big mistake. I'm so sorry. Let me fix this. Instead of trying to hide it or trying to lie or trying to cover it up or trying to blame someone else. I think mistakes I've made in the past are still emotional for me because I haven't taken responsibility for them. So maybe, and this is so good to bring up things from your past, to say, okay, so what happened in the past? I'm going to own it. I'm going to let it out and then move forward. Don't apologize, just move forward and see what's next. Yes, love that. Right? So when you don't recognize or when you ignore mistakes or things that go wrong, you're actually setting yourself up to repeat it in the future because you're not truly consciously, intentionally recognizing it. I just owned up to some major ones in my life to the people who needed to know, and I feel so empowered and free. That's amazing. My parents always say you're human, making mistakes is natural, but it is how you handle it. Yep, own up to it and apologize towards the others or treat yourself. I never realized the big lesson within that until I heard you say it now. Breakthroughs on breakthroughs on breakthroughs. This is good. This is what we want. And this is the big thing. Being straightforward, just simple and straightforward and not over-analyzing. So yes, we want to self-analyze. It's important and to understand like what's going on, what we're good at, what we're not good at, where we need to improve. But I believe that we overanalyze and overthink it, and that just causes more of a problem. So be honest with yourself isn't about trying to, overanalyze everything. It's just about being straightforward and matter of the fact, straight up, this is the thing. Okay, yes, move on. Don't overthink it. Overthinking causes a whole new problem. So you don't have to make up an elaborate story or an excuse about why something happened, something bad happened. Just make note of it and then move forward. It's that simple, right? I need to own up to mistakes and be honest about silly mistakes and need to move on and take action and not overanalyze. Yeah. Oh my gosh, I do that every time I agonize over why I did something. Yeah. So we tend to get, again, that's when we get in that emotional state of like, oh my God, that didn't work out and I suck. And then you overanalyze it and you get emotional and then you stay in that whirlwind of not so good, right? But what if it just didn't have emotion attached to it and it just is? It's simple. Okay, yeah, I messed up. That's what it was. I'll fix it and then it's over. Like how many times have we done something wrong and we created a big deal over it? And then when we were over it, we're like, oh my God, that wasn't even a big deal. But you wasted like a week being upset about it. When you could have just at that time realized, okay, this is what it is. Have your moment of being emotional and moving forward. So many times. I think I tend to think about how it impacted everyone else, and that's where my emotion comes in. And that most likely is coming from a place of overthinking, and you actually don't know you actually don't know how things impact people. You don't feel inside their heads, and we tend to think, we overthink what they're going through in a negative sense, if that makes sense. I think about others much more than myself. And that's a great thing, but it's also not a great thing when it detriments you as a person, right? So yes, I always do that, Meta says. So what in your life, again, this is self-reflection, it's being honest with yourself. What in your life, what do you love to do? What do you love to do? The simplest questions are the hardest to answer. What do you love to do? Help people. Volunteer, help people, and post on social media. Gym, compete, cook food, create things. I love to interact with college students and help them through tough times. Teaching fitness. Talk about the hard stuff. Ooh. Create things, tell stories, write, cooking, going for a run, read, write, work out, and cook. I want to help others not be in my positions by learning and growing myself. Be around my fave people, gym, dance. What in your life right now do you hate doing? You don't like to do, but you're doing it. Either because you have to, or maybe it's an autopilot thing. Making dinner. I don't know if that's a love or hate. Staying away from the gym, working for someone else, cleaning the house, cooking. I hate cooking. I hate chores. I hate taxes. I'm listing all the things I hate. I hate doing chores. I hate going to work. Oh my goodness. Cleaning. So again, there's things in life that we have to do and they're not going to be fun. Like I've never met someone who's like, I can't wait to clean the bathroom today. I'm just pumped, right? Like I've never met someone like that. but you just had to do it, and that's life, and you get over it. Then there's things in life that you don't like to do, but you know you have to do it because it's going to get you to that dream life. So what are things that you hate doing, but you know you should do them because it's going to get you to where you want to be? Being in school, posting on social media, work the job and make the money so I can pay for my coaching, job searching, combining several jobs, my business, get my PT cert, possibly my job to be able to afford the help I want to grow myself, social media, going new places. Yeah, and I know going new places might be hard, but they might help you, right? Social media, I'm working on being myself on social media. I hate driving to auditions in LA traffic. Show more authority and more knowledge at work. Meeting new people too. So there's many things that we just don't want to do and we hate doing it, but we can all agree that some things that we don't like to do are things that actually are going to get to where we need to be. And the more we do things that we don't like to do might actually turn into things that we're, hey, I'm not so bad at that. Hey, meeting new people isn't the worst. I just met a new friend, right? Oh, posting on social media isn't too bad. Hey, I just, landed my dream client or whatever it is that you're doing. So even though we hate it, we might not have to, even though we hate it, avoiding it doesn't get us closer to our goals. I hate financial meetings. I hate doing taxes. I hate many of the things that I have to do, but I'm not going to not do that because I know that I need to do it. It's not that I have to, but I am not comfortable with it. Yes. So it's really that reflection and honesty of being like, hey, I've avoided doing things because I don't like it, but just because I don't like it doesn't mean I shouldn't do it. 555. We can tell who's like a Melanie also client when you're referring to angel numbers. I love it. So being honest with yourself about things that aren't going well in your life or things that you honestly know that you're not doing and you should be doing and you're just avoiding it. It's time, and this is your wake-up call to start doing the things. Again, fitness, this isn't a fitness course, but it's the best example is like, oh, I want to get fit and I want to like lose weight or I want to do this, but I don't go to the gym. And I'm like, well, how does that make sense? Or like, I'm gaining weight, but like I eat like crap every day. And I'm like, well, how does that make sense? You have control over your results. So same with anything in life, whether it's fitness or health or relationships or business or anything, you have control. And it all comes back to self-reflection. What is good? What's not good? And how can I do better? That's all it is. Without attaching an emotion of making you a good person or a bad person or attaching your self-worth to it, just being real and being honest and saying what is good and what's not good and how can I improve? That's all it is. And when you work on detaching the emotion, and again, because we're so used to attaching emotion to things, it's hard to detach it. So that's going to take some time and practice. And just being aware of this new thought now will help you move forward when you want to get upset over all kinds of things, will help you just breathe and take a step back. Self-reflection is everything because it gives you opportunity to improve and to grow. And I'm pretty sure we're all here because we want to improve and we want to grow. We create these mental blocks that prevent us from getting where we want to be. We just need to learn how to break down those barriers. It's definitely hard to break down those barriers that have been part of us for so long, but it is possible. And so I wish that I could go and punch all of your barriers in the face. But it's really about you doing things even though it's not easy, and doing things even though, oh my God, there's a barrier. Oh my God, I'm uncomfortable. Oh my God, I'm having a thought. Doing it, and even though the thought is uncomfortable. I have to make time to reflect more on this and definitely take action. I'll be rewatching this and seriously journaling. Yes, journaling it all out. I have to decide if I want to grow my own business or put that on the back burner and dive into helping my coach grow her business. Yes. And this is what all these things are, is to open up your mind. And if you didn't have this hour, this caller last night or anything, you wouldn't have these thoughts. You wouldn't be asking yourself these questions. So it's opening yourself up to growth. Challenging yourself is one of the best things you can do to evolve. We can do whatever we want, and there is always the opportunity to change in the future. Yes, 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 Annie Lynn, there is. There is. We limit ourselves. We overthink things. We avoid things that actually lead to growth. And then we stay stuck. Last night, how many people said, oh, I feel stuck right now? Well, we stay stuck because we don't allow ourselves to move forward, because it's comfortable to be stuck. But no one wanted to stay stuck, but we're all stuck. So open up your mind to possibility tonight. Open up your mind to say, like, what is good, what's not good, and am I okay? Are you okay with the things that aren't good right now? Are you okay with the fact that your relationship isn't good? Are you okay with the fact that your business isn't growing because you're not doing anything? No. So then really look at it like, okay, then I need to fix this. I'm aware that things aren't okay and I'm going to fix this. So this is all about recognizing what is not good right now and recognizing it, and then opening up that thought process to say, I'm not okay with it. I'm going to change it. And that literally is going to start you to become more open to change. I'm going to fix this. I'm going to fix myself. I'm going to create the life I want. All the feels. And this is what we want. This is what we're craving. I believe that we should always be analyzing where we're at in life, because that's how we grow. Right? Like, okay, here I am this year. Where was I last year? Oh, wow, look, I improved. Okay, here I am right now. Where, you know how I always say, where do you want to be in a month? What type of woman do you want to be? I constantly do that in my life. It's like it's not bad to not ever be satisfied. It's just growing. I'm so happy where I am right now in my life, but I'm so ready to see where I'm going to be in a month from now. Isn't that exciting? Imagine having that mindset. Being like, I'm so happy right now, like how much I've grown in the last X amount of time, but like, wow, where I want to go. Like, that's possible for all of you. Do you believe that that's possible for you? Yes, yes, yes. So let's start doing that. Lynn, I know it's late there. It's all good. Yes. So I'm going to leave you with, and I'm going to post this in the group, really reflecting on what's working, what's not working, and where you can leave or open up room for improvement to say, wow, I'm ready to change and I'm not going to hold myself back anymore. It's only 6 p.m. here and I'm yawning. Yeah. Okay. So are there any questions about anything right now while we're on? This is why I got coffee. Is there any questions right now about whether it's about being honest with yourself or something else that you're on here live that you want to ask? Any questions? Any questions? Any questions? Any thoughts? Any realizations? Any is your head spinning? You need to give yourself an hour and then reflect. Give yourself a night's sleep. I like the homework assignments. They help a lot. Good. How do you recommend trying to truly tune into your intuition? So I just had this conversation and bringing up Annie's conversation that I just had. So when we're not in intuition, we're usually in ego. And when we're in ego, it's coming from a place of fear. It's coming from a place of, oh my God, I need to do something because I'm afraid that this is going to happen. Or it comes from a place of like scarcity or lack. But when you're truly into your intuition, you do things from a place of excitement. You do things from a place of, how does this make me feel? I do things because it feels good, because it makes me happy, truly. Right? So when we do things from ego or lack or fear, it's usually from a place of, I need to do this or else. I need to make $1,000 tomorrow or else. I need to lose 10 pounds by tomorrow or else. That's from a place of fear. So when you truly tune into intuition, you need to replace yourself or remove yourself from the thought of fear and lack and come back to a place of, how do I really feel? And sometimes that can be really hard because a lot of us stay in fear and in lack a lot and only make decisions from fear and lack. And you don't take time to truly tune into how you feel. So if you feel literally emotionally tense and scared and uneasy and upset, then I suggest letting yourself feel that and ride that out. And then when you feel calmer, tap into intuition. That's when intuition will come in. Does that make sense? Having a long commute tomorrow that I will use to reflect on this homework. So many great things here tonight. I've been really reflecting on how to be more honest with myself because of my communication issues. Some truths are hard AF to hear, especially when you hear how your actions or words make someone else feel. And if we notice it's dead driving the fear, I'm assuming that's fear. Dread, fear, yes. If we notice it's fear driving the decision, and yes, that makes sense. Yes. So if you notice that it's fear, so for example, if you do something out of fear, it never feels good. If you do something because you're afraid to gain 10 pounds and you diet like crazy and do cardio for 17 hours, it's not going to feel good. If you do something out of fear because, oh my God, I need to make $100 today, so I'm going to, post a bunch of things and try and sell things, it's never going to work. It's never going to feel good. So if you notice that it's coming from a place of fear, it's not going to work. Try it. Get scared. Try and do something out of place of fear. It's not going to work, and it's definitely not going to feel good. But when it comes from a place of, this feels good, this is fun, then it's going to work. And yes, my head is spinning with thoughts and breakthroughs, so spinning in a good way, but yes. And this is very normal. And when you go back, Corinne, or if anyone here hasn't watched last night's video, I talk about this, like your head is going to be spinning because so many things are going to be going on, and it's okay. So I do highly suggest, if you feel like your head is spinning, give yourself a night or however long and then reflect. Okay. We'll definitely taking account of what I'm doing from fear. Yes. All of you think about what you're doing out of fear and what you're doing when it feels good, and notice a difference in results. You could be doing the same thing out of fear and the same thing out of happiness and excitement, and you're going to get two different results from it. Right? That's the energy behind it. Yes, I know. Okay. So getting real with yourself. The next call isn't until Thursday. So you have all of tonight and tomorrow, and then up until Thursday, really. I'm going to post homework, reflect in the group. I'm going to be real and honest right now. I didn't say this at the beginning, and I was going to. This is a big deal for me. Most of you on here are going to be like, this is not a big deal. This is the first time ever in my life, in my business, that I've ever ran a group and I'm allowing you to post without me approving the posts. Do you understand how much faith I am giving? Abby is like, whoa, I'm not sure. I don't see your face right now. I was wondering. You guys should all feel so special. So this is reflection for me right now. Letting go of control. Letting go of, that's huge. I have no idea if you guys are being sarcastic or not. That's huge. Letting go of control. I told you, I'm a control freak. I thought about that, right? You guys probably thought, oh my God, she made a mistake. I can post freely. Freedom of speech. Oh my God, right? So here's the thing. the reason why I don't do this in most of my programs, and I don't even do it in the free community, is because when I did allow this, the first time I ever made a free group, people would ask questions, and then people would respond with the most the most ridiculous answers. And it made me really uncomfortable as a leader in even a free community. It made me feel really uncomfortable when people were giving really bad advice. That's honestly why. That's why in my free community, I still don't do it, because I don't want people getting weird answers. And so another reason why I do it, this is just behind the scenes life right now, but in CC, well, I don't want people giving, because then everyone thinks they're an expert in everything and they're not. And then we all start giving opinions, and it's not the best advice. So as a coach, especially in fitness, when people are posting videos and form checks, I don't want other people going in and giving coaching when that's not their job, and it might not be the best advice. So that's why I do it. But inside this environment, I just felt called to just like, let's keep it open. And if there's a question that you need me to answer, please tag me in the post, okay? Because I get 100,000 notifications a day, and it's very likely that I miss one or two, as much as I try to stay on top of it. So if I miss a question that you have in the post in the group, please tag me, okay? Please tag me. But it's open for you guys, because I wanted to create this community so you can post when you want to post, and chat and connect when you want to chat, because that's part of your interactions. Yes, you love the interactions, and that's why I know that it benefits you from having interactions in the group. So that's why I opened it and I let the control freak go. Okay. So I just wanted to, we're being honest and real tonight. So that's why. And I didn't make a mistake. That's part of the group. So that is that. I do also just want to say, because there's many of you on here or in this group that aren't in CC, it's literally 6 hours left until you can join CC, the April session. You save $555. I don't like to pitch in the middle of group programs. So I just want you to know it's available. And a lot of you in here aren't in CC, and I know that you would love CC because you get fitness and you get this kind of coaching on top of it in a different scale, right? So, no. So if you alumni already get a special rate, Alexa, and did you not already sign up for alumni? I'm not sure. But if you haven't, you should. Everyone's like in CC says do it. So I'm just saying that if you're not incredibly confident, it is a fitness program with quotations, because it is so much more than that. It's fitness from an empowered place, and we add mindset and confidence, more so related to body image, but whatever comes up in these mindset trainings comes up and we talk about it. Every session is CC. I add things. So the April session, I'm going to be adding a bi-weekly live stream Q&As. There's monthly mastermind trainings like this, and I'm adding new cardio hit circuits that I'm going to be doing. And the next session ends right before I get married. So it's exciting for me. I haven't signed up for the April session. I haven't signed up for the April session as of now. Okay. So that's just what I'm saying. If you haven't joined, there's payment plans for even this offer. That's all I'm saying about it. If you want to do it, wedding CC themes, right? That would be amazing. You never know. You never know what I'll think of. So thank you. I'm excited too. So I am going to upload this as soon as I can, post the homework in the group. And if you need anything, the group is there. If I miss something and you want me to answer, please tag me. And if I don't respond to every post, it's only because I don't feel like I need to respond, right? So, but still share. Okay. So you guys are amazing. I'll see you in the group, and then I'll see you on Thursday. And on Sunday, I will be doing our money mindset training from the most expensive hotel in Montreal. Yay! And I planned it like that because it's about money mindset. So I said, I'm going to be in a very expensive place. Like, let's roll in the cash. Yes. So that is going to be fun for me to do, and I can't wait. So I'll see you all in the group, and I'll see you on Thursday. Have a fabulous rest of your day or night wherever you are.